What's up, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here after the big Week 3 win over the Titans. Malik Willis with the revenge game for the ages, 120.9 passer rating in his old stomping grounds against the team that decided he wasn't worth keeping around. Definitely wanted Mason Rudolph to be their backup as he comes in and just basically takes apart the Tennessee Titans, along with obviously yeoman's work from Jeff Hafley's defense. I mean, holy Toledo. After the opening drive, where, yes, the Titans drove down the field and scored a touchdown to tie things up, Jeff Hafley absolutely owned Callahan and the Titans. Clearly a young quarterback who was overmatched in Will Levis, which, by the way, do you have to think the last 2 or 3 years, if Joe Barry was still in town, that's a game where Levis probably throws for 300 plus yards and a couple of tutties, if not more. But Hafley never letting his foot off the gas in the second half with a 2-score lead, which of course helps, no doubt about it, but not content to sit back in the too high shell and let everything get completed underneath and we'll just rally and tackle. No. That is not Jeff Hafley's defense. They came after a young quarterback and made his life, as well as the offensive operations life, a complete living hell on third and, say, 5 or more. I love this performance. Absolute shout out to Matt LaFleur yet again. Feather in his cap. You cannot put it any other way when you look at this team and how they've operated the last 2 weeks without their starting quarterback, especially considering how the Green Bay Packers have somewhat fallen apart when their superstar quarterback has not been in the lineup, whether it was Aaron Rodgers for Brett Hundley, Scott Tolzien, whoever. It has not been a good time for Packers fans, and it certainly was today. Now, again, it all works in concert. The defense certainly helped the offense, complementary football in the house. You can go as so far as to talk about the special teams and the job that Daniel Whalen did as a punter. Probably don't want to talk about Narv Dog, Narvison, whoever, yes, technically made his kicks, although we all know he missed the one kick that resulted in a touchdown but after the penalty was accepted for whatever reason. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from your Green Bay Packers today. You absolutely love to see it. Hello to everybody in the comment section. Hope you're all doing well. Packers fans worldwide, ready to mix it up. We got Mimsy starting us off with a super chat. Rank the top 5 QBs in the NFC North. Because Malik Willis is probably in the mix there. Probably, I'd say, whoever the starters are, outside of Caleb Williams, who would probably be at number 5 below Malik Willis. How's that? Yeah, the Bears dropping another tough one today, asking their rookie quarterback to throw 50 times, more than 50 times against the worst rushing defense in the league. That's how the Bears roll, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to see everyone. Dan, hello from Sheboygan, land of my birth. Hello from New York City. Hope you're doing well. We need to keep Malik Willis. Shadid. Yeah, I mean, eventually, hopefully that is a conversation, but let's just enjoy, marinate in 2 wins with a backup quarterback at the helm. That will take care of itself in the offseason. I love the idea of him sticking around in Green Bay, though. I'm down. I am totally down. Andrew Ware, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for the super chat. 8 sacks, 3 turnovers, 2-0 with our backup QB. Let's go. Missed watch party. Are you in the studio or did you already get a room painted Packer green after the move? Go Pack Go. Yes, sir. I came kind of as an advanced party to paint this wall just for this occasion to make sure I didn't miss any watch parties without my surrounding environs. So yes, I'm in the new spot, in the new apartment, and this is specifically a room dedicated for CHTV, which is one of the reasons we rented here. I'm very excited. I'm so happy to be in a new environment, a new place in my life, and to be here with all of you. Because let me tell you, new spot, undefeated. 1-0 in the new digs. Absolutely love it. Uh, Sean Doyle. I still have Joe Barry PTSD. I really thought the Packers were going to give that game away. I will get over it eventually. Go Pack, go. Sean, I don't blame you. There was certainly a moment there, right, where it's a 2-score lead, second half, but you're like, oh, they're kind of completing some passes. I never sensed that things were getting out of hand, that, oh, here come the Titans. I never felt that. But there is this like kind of gnawing sense in the back of your mind as a Packers fan, especially since you've seen it happen so many times, especially recently, where you're thinking, this could get away from us. But, I never really thought that the Packers were about to be overwhelmed. And look, the clear difference here is Halfley drawing up a bunch of different pressures against a young, let's say it, overmatched quarterback. Certainly didn't see or sense where the pressure was coming from, either pre or post snap. Halfley dialing it up. And the guys getting home too. They got to do the work, and they did. And whether it's Levis, whether it's Callahan, the play caller, whether it's the operation up front for Tennessee, none of it mattered. They did not know how to handle it. They were not ready for it in any meaningful way. Halfley and company took advantage. I mean, that is just outstanding work. Understanding the moment, understanding that, yes, this is a young quarterback. I understand he started last year. I understand that. But he's clearly still a very young, green, somewhat talented, but still a basic neophyte in the NFL. Okay, we're going to give all these looks to him. We're going to send these guys. They had no match for it. And that's what you want. You've got your foot on their throat, so to speak. Keep pressing down. And that's what Halfley did. And you absolutely love to see it. Joe, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. I would say Malik Willis appreciates as well as anybody how important your supporting cast is. / still on pace for 19-1. Okay, easy on 19-1. But man, how important and how impressive was Willis post game when he was talking about essentially what you're talking about, right? The support he got around him. The fact that he started 2 games in Green Bay, they've won both of those games. He started 3 in Tennessee, lost all 3. It's night and day. The experience has to be completely different for him. But I think ultimately it comes down to coaching and somewhat, obviously, to organizational philosophy. There's zero doubt that if he was still continuing on in Tennessee and has to do what they're asking of Levis, I don't think he'd be as successful. But with the way Matt has drawn things up for him with the surrounding cast around him, and yes, defensive support, that's a world of difference. Absolutely undeniable. Got that one. Ed, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. We beat the freaking Titans and a 47-yard field goal. Narv Dog. Come on, Narv Dog. I mean, I know Corey is not fond of the Narv Dog moniker, but I don't care. Narv Dog. Steve, thanks for the super chat. Played The Bears Still Suck on the jukebox at the Wild Goose on Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. A stool may or may not have been thrown out of the window. I'm not familiar with the Wild Goose, but I am very familiar with Lincoln Avenue, having lived in Chicago right out of high school. I love that you did this. I call back to my days first living in Chicago and being a Packers fan. Those are good times, especially on a day where the Packers win and the Bears lose. Can't beat it. Mimsy, what's up, man? DMX voice. X gonna give it to you. Come on, Xavier McKinney. All he does is pick the ball off. I don't care if it's early in the game. I don't care if it's late in the game. I know he's going to pick it off at some point. He's on pace for 17 interceptions, people. That's what you got to love. Joey, thanks for the super chat. Love has to step back up to the plate. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, he's a competitor, right? There's no doubt. Look, no one thinks this, anyone with a brain anyway, that his job's in jeopardy, right? But there's certainly some, okay, this guy's making it happen. We're winning games. We're scoring points. Yeah, of course Jordan wants to come in there and go, oh, no, guys, by the way, I'm the star. I'm the dude you paid $200+ million to. Like, there's a level there. I'm not dismissing or denying it, but ultimately, no one thinks that his job's in jeopardy. Cheeto, what's up? Packers were playing in Sack City. Love to see it. 8 sacks. What would they say that graphic on Fox was since 2005? It's the last time they got an 8-sack game. Talk about release the hounds. I love it. Bite me. Narveson, 3 of 3 in a 47-yard field goal. Yes, but we all saw the one he missed. We all thought it occurred. It doesn't matter. Tennessee was dumb enough to decline the penalty. I'm just saying. Narv dog. Killing me, man. Trey Tizzy. Love the blocking from the receivers today. I'm really glad you brought that up. Not just for the great no block, no rock reference, but how many times did we see plays out on the edge where, whether it was designed like, say, quick screen or a back getting a toss out of the backfield, but there were alleys to run through? Like, that doesn't happen without the blocking from the wide receivers down the field. But I counted at least 5 or maybe even 6 times where there's a play on the perimeter and a dude has a direct alley to run up and through. That's outstanding work on the perimeter. Shout out to all the receivers, tight ends, etc. That's good work, no doubt. Soder, thanks for the super chat, man. Only Sunday, but I can feel my hate levels increasing, flipping purple. Hey, big win. Big win for the Vikings today to go to 3-0. Hey, they can't be denied. They're 3-0. You are what your record says you are. They're 3-0. And they, by the looks of it, I didn't see the game, obviously, but by the looks of it, they somewhat dominated the Texans, who are a pretty damn good team. So Packers got their work cut out for them next week in Lambeau with Jordan Love, hopefully retaking the field. Gonna be a good one. Gonna be a good one. But yes, the levels of hate are certainly rising. Sean, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Isn't it wild the difference between the Packers and the Bears still suck? That Willis looks like he does, and with barely any time with the team, and how Caleb looks with an entire offseason? Yes, Sean, that's called organizational philosophies and how one company treats the quarterback and how the other does. And I understand Caleb Williams certainly stepping into a situation where on paper there's talent around him. That is definitely true. But what so many Bears fans fail to realize is that there's way more to it than just inserting names that you've heard of on a depth chart and going, oh, now we're going to score a bunch of points. There's so much more to it than that. And Malik Willis operating the way he has the last 2 weeks comparative to how Caleb Williams has operated his first 3 weeks in the league is a pitch perfect example of that. And nothing's a perfect comparison. Nothing is ever apples to apples in the NFL because of all the disparate parts, the way it is 11 dudes operating together against another 11 dudes. And yes, there are so many variables that are never going to line up. But there's a dude in Green Bay who's been in the building for a little over 3 weeks. There's another dude who's been in the building in Chicago for 6 months. And the difference couldn't be more night and day. Just to be, A, how they're operating, but B, what they're given to work with. The way they're asked to operate is entirely different. And I understand Malik Willis has experience in the league, has starts where that his team lost, but he has starts, so he has some kind of notion of the NFL, right? He has an idea of the speed of the game and how defenses might attack him, etc. But the night and day difference between the two could not be more pronounced. Absolutely. 100% correct. Nick, thanks for becoming the Carry the G Club member, brother. Hope to see you back on the happy hour, man. John, thanks for the super chat. Taking my dad to the game next week. My first game, hoping for 3-1. Come on, John. Come on, John. You and Pops got to bring us home. Got to bring us home. Let's go 3-1. Ivan, this is possibly the most important super chat I have ever received in my entire career. Go, Pack, go. Perfectly stated, sir. Tyler, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Tyler, thanks again. Is Minnesota the real deal? I have to go back and watch today's game, most certainly. But they've looked good these first 2 weeks. No question about it. I would only go back to what I often say. What teams look like in September is very rarely what they look like in December. But hey, maybe the Vikings are on to something. We'll see. Pack owner, how you doing, man? Refs bad again. Need to clean up pre-snap penalties. I think both of those are correct. I think, yes, the refs were ridiculous today. However, the pre-snap stuff from the Packers was atrocious, and you have to be better. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot repeatedly and beat good teams. Now, the Titans, not a good team. So the Packers were able to win that one. But you come up against teams where that margin for error is so much smaller, and there's no chance that you're going to be able to overcome a 2nd and 15, a 2nd and 20, 3rd and 19, what have you, that you put yourself in situationally. Got to clean that up. And Rasheed Walker, my man, love me some Rasheed Walker, love his talent, love his game, but holy cow, this is 3 weeks in a row now where he's been a problem, grabbing, getting penalties thrown on him. Look, they're watching for you. This is the thing. Once you put a couple out there, now the refs are paying attention, and the opponent is probably going to the officials pregame and going, watch for 63. You know he likes to hold. And now he's under the microscope. So every little thing. There was one early in this game that was probably most games doesn't get called, but got called today because he's got a bit of a rep now, and that will cost you. Can't do it. Cannot do it. That said, those refs are on a power trip, and they're always looking for ticky-tack bullshit that has nothing to do with the outcome of the play, that doesn't even affect the play in question. But, well, I have a quota to make. I'm going to throw a flag. It's the worst. Doug Hype, how are you, man? Was that the opener in Brazil? Now watching from Packer headquarters in Tokyo, Japan. Sectors 7 bar still open till 6 a.m. Packer fandom is taking over the world. What's up, Doug Hype? Man, where are you on the happy hours? Haven't seen you in forever. We need your energy, dude. Come on now. Ivan, thanks for the super chat. Fritz would be proud. He probably would be at the result, but at the sense of the idea of sending so much pressure and so many numbers on third against a young quarterback, that probably would not fly with Fritz. He liked to rush 4 predominantly. Of course, it's very easy to just want to rush 4 when you have Reggie White back there. But yes, I feel you, dog. Adam, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. How about that D-line today? Go, Pack, go. Yes, sir. How about Devontae Wyatt throwing it down? Hell yes. Although I will say, on Wyatt's first sack, that's almost a direct result of pressure from Rashawn Gary. It all works in concert. Gundam, what's up? Tucker John Kraft. I'm just happy to see him out there. You hate to see the drop, but hell, I'm just happy he's back out there after he got listed as questionable. And oftentimes, when you see a dude listed as questionable going out with an injury, that's the end, and you won't see him for the rest of the day. But he was back out there, which is good to see. Vex, what's up? Braden Narvison, temperature check? Fine, in my opinion. I'd say medium rare. How's that? Which I love to eat, but I don't love it in my kickers. Adam, thanks for the super chat, man. Do you think that slam to the ground on Reed and the hit on him out of bounds should have been penalties? I 1,000,000,000% think the hit, such as it was, out of bounds should have been a penalty. I think the contact was well after he had stepped out of bounds, probably like a step or two. The slam to the ground, no, that's totally legal. Like, you're allowed to play through contact as a defensive player. If he had caught the ball, you'd want to slam him to the ground. You don't know as a defensive player if he has or not. But even regardless of all that, the rule is like the flow of the play, like ball goes past him, you're allowed to hit him. That's part of the rule. And I'm fine with it. I had zero issue with it. That's part of the game of football. We ain't 100. It ain't ice capades. You know what I'm saying? Random, what's up? Packers equals family. Watch with my bros. Go, Pack, go. Packers does equal family. Thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate you. Ian, thanks for the super chat. What's up, Aaron? I know we talked about it on Happy Hour a couple weeks ago, but I'm guzzling the Halfley Kool-Aid. Thanks for all you and CHTV does, Ian. Ian, I tell you what, that Kool-Aid got a lot sweeter this afternoon. The way they closed out that game on defense. You even heard Matt talk about it in his post-game press conference regarding his offensive approach in the second half and taking the air out of the game, knowing that his defense was somewhat, throttling, dominating Tennessee. He knew he didn't need to press the issue. So, yeah, I'm there, man. He's certainly, and this is what we talked about. We talked about it this summer. We talked about it kind of the start of the year. The defense will be a work in progress, but today, certainly a step forward. No doubt about it. Don Vito, what's up, man? Remember when fans said Clifford was the starter? Hey, all I'm ever going to think about now after these 2 starts from Malik Willis, and all signs do point to Jordan being back out there next week, but all I can think about is what Corey said at the start of Happy Hour, or I'm sorry, at the start of the watch party after, I believe it was the second or third offensive drive, where he was saying, shout out Brian Gutekunst. We could be watching Sean fucking Clifford right now, which I understand. Yes, Brian drafted him, but he certainly looked promising last summer. Definitely took a step back this summer. Old school Packers, maybe even old school Brian, probably would have gone, you know what? We're okay with Clifford. We're going to let him develop. And, Jordan gets hurt. Who knows what these last 2 weeks would have looked like if that had been the mindset. But Brian very proactively said, and we got to get better. We got to raise that floor of our backup quarterback room. And by doing so, put Malik Willis in a position to ball out with Matt LaFleur. That's a shout out to Brian Gutekunst. Adam, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Liking Emmanuel Wilson more and more each week. He had an outstanding game today. Now, it helps that the Packers are on the front foot, had the lead from the get-go. That's a great situation for Wilson, simply because most of what you're asking him to do, whether carrying the ball, contributing in the passing game, it's very rare that you're dealing or worrying about pressure, which is where his kind of, hang up has been as far as blitz pickup, pressure, all that identification, all that. Although he's gotten better in that regard, as Matt has said. But yeah, I thought very, very good game from Wilson today. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels, talking after the game. It's what we do. If you are a Cheesehead TV Nation subscriber, a diehard member, be sure to be on the lookout for my post-game podcast with Paul Brettel. We'll be recording that in a little over 20 minutes. That'll be in tomorrow morning's newsletter. If you'd like to sign up, the newsletter itself is free. If you want to be a diehard member, that is $5 a month. That's in your inbox after every game and every Thursday morning heading into the next game. Be sure you do so. In the meanwhile, please hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.